Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well. Morning, James. Good to see you, mate. Alright, guys. We're going to jump straight into it this morning. No hanging about. Do a little bit of a trade review from the last couple of days. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, going to do a trade review for the last couple of days. Have a look at what's going on this afternoon. I think everybody knows the elephant in the room, CPI. And yeah, we'll take a look at some FX positions. I mean, to be honest, it is like I say, it's CPI day today, so we're not really going to be looking at setting up too many individual positions this morning because of this afternoon CPI. There's just no point. It's too high risk. So we'll wait for the CPI event to happen this afternoon, and then we can also take a look at the FX positions that we will be taking this afternoon. But this morning's more about a recap, have a look at what happened yesterday in the US Open, take a look at what our positions are doing so far that have triggered. A lot of them actually haven't. I think the Aussie Yen was a loss. The Aussie CAD hasn't triggered. The Aussie NZD is running in loss at the moment, I believe. The CAD Swiss triggered a stop loss. So there's some bits that have happened. So we'll go through and have a look. And see what's occurring this It's all going to be about this afternoon. This afternoon is going to be a big one, or so we hope. So we'll save a lot of the action then. AN was a stop out. It could well be, mate. I haven't even looked this morning, to be honest with you. It's just from memory from seeing what things were going on yesterday. All right, let's get to it then. So, Should we start from the top? Yeah, we'll start from the top. So we were looking at a corn short. We were trading between these two margins. This was a potential idea. There were several ideas to be taken within these margins if you are trading the corn CFDs. Unfortunately, the trade idea was absolutely spot on. The only problem is, as soon as the trade idea was triggered, we came up and we stopped at the trade panel. Looks like it was a hit, but it wasn't, so that should be like back here or whatever. So yeah, the trade got triggered here and then came up, took us out, and then went straight to target. It was bloody unfortunate. So that one was a knockout, unfortunately, there. And we did the exact same thing again. We broke the structure here, went straight down to target. And we got a really nice buyback opportunity as well. This was this morning at about 5 a.m., which is then soon going to be hitting target. So it's been quite good for the trading opportunities. But unfortunately, the timing of it wasn't great. The long this morning was too early for us. The short yesterday was okay, but I didn't have my eye on corn. Obviously, I had a few bits going on yesterday afternoon, as you are all well aware. And I was only focusing on what I could do at that present moment in time, which was the US stocks. So I didn't capture that one, but yeah. So looking at corn at the moment, I mean, it's in a relatively nice range. I think we'd probably be safe. This comes from a daily area, but I think we'd probably be safe just having that increased a little bit and just increasing that margin, because this is a nice ceiling that corn's forming at the moment, and we've had quite a decent success rate, not in terms of our particular trades, but the market has had quite a good success rate of how many times we've seen success versus failure on a lot of these range trades. So yeah, I mean, we could well see a pushback down from up here down to here later on this afternoon. It really depends on the CPI. I mean, the question is, of course, will the consumer price index affect something like the corn CFD? I mean, possibly marginally. I still think it's going to be too high risk to go and take any trades before the event happens, considering it's taking place in a matter of hours. It just doesn't make good risk sense. But after the CPI is done, I mean, if we're trading up here and we start to see counter trend breaker structure, very similar to the big push down that we had here, I think that could be a really nice trade idea with a very strong risk reward ratio. So again, this isn't a pending order. This is just kind of a preliminary piece of analysis I'm looking at potentially of a around a 1 to 2.46, possibly even a little bit better than that, maybe a 1 to 2.8, 1 to 2.9 or so. Okay, so we can go down to NG. And we are going to be having a look at some cryptocurrencies this morning as well, by the way. Only because there's actually something to talk about. I did write a full breakdown for you guys if you were interested in general chat a couple of days ago about what was going on and why we were seeing the sort of major influx of cash flow to the crypto assets. My portfolio is still active, so I didn't, I never removed anything. Ian, I appreciate you weren't around at the time that I put this together, whereas a lot of the others were. But safe to say, it's performing immensely well now. So yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't really been talking about it too much, but yeah, the portfolio is doing exceptionally well. So yeah, it's something good at least. So NG hasn't really seen too much of anything from the gap. It's actually been a very, very static market after we got that insane 11.8% day. Well, after the weekend, so we closed down at around 230 and then opened up at around 265, and it's basically just stayed there ever since. Way too much high risk in this one at the moment to really warrant trading it or having any kind of fixed bias. In an ideal world, we're going to see the market come back down to around 250, get a few orders picked up there from the institutions, and then possibly see the continuation upwards. I am bullish long-term natural gas. I've got my ETF holdings, as you guys well know. So the long is still definitely the bias, even though intraday in trading the spot CFDs, I can still short it happily. But at this stage, yeah, still long-term long in natural gas. So UK Brent, unfortunately, hasn't done much of anything at all. It's been really underperforming this week so far. It's kind of the nature of the week, actually, team. If I'm honest, I was expecting after last week's antics and then Thursday, Friday just being complete slowdown to maybe see some increased trading volume. But, it's still not. It's really about the US stock market at the moment. That's where the momentum is. That's where we've seen the action. A lot of these other assets, commodity markets, excluding gold, have been very, very slow. Energies in particular. So UK Brent at the moment, bit of a sideways market, as you can see. Not really done anything. We were waiting for the push into the cash-rich area at around 71 before we were going to make our progress up to that 73 area. We haven't done so, and so it is just a sideways market. Looking at gold. So gold made its way down into liquidity here. We came up, and this was yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Because of everything going on yesterday for me in particular, I didn't even have my order set for gold. This would have been a loss, I assume. But yeah, and like I said, I didn't even have it in the market. So and that's good. So you're still in it. Yeah, that's good. So just to confirm, I am still going to take this trade. So exact same entry point. I'm not going to care about this. I'm going for the exact same trade as I would have done in the first place. Yeah, cool. All right, guys, nice one. Well, I am, like I said, I am going to get into this one. So yeah, I'm still going to go for it. I really like this area in gold. Looking at the daily time frame, we can see. Yeah, looking at here, really nice point of liquidity down here. Big institutional sell-off, very fundamentally driven. A perfect place to start buying back into the bullish gold trend, in my humble opinion. Really, really nice point of contact. So we're going to be looking at the breaker structure, the rally back to 266 or 267 really. Possible breaker structure above here for another long back up to 274 and beyond. So yeah, really nice potential in gold at the moment. I may, we may not be, really seeing many yielded results just yet, and this will be a bit of a long-term position, I suppose, in essence. But yeah, I think it's going to yield results. I'm pretty confident about it. So Aussie CAD, we were looking at the bull breakout. This was a pending order. I'm going to remove this, guys, by the way. Okay, we've dropped way too far now in the AC to warrant keeping that pending order in. It's way too far away from price. So I'm going to remove that exposure from the market, and that's going to go. In terms of looking at fresh ideas, again, CPI today, no can do. So going to be waiting until after that event to provide any sort of pretty, big new trading opportunities. Aussie yen, as I said, was a stop out. So this one triggered. And yeah, it came straight the way back up. It was over and done with relatively quickly. So that one was there. So we came down. We did have a go. We didn't even come down to the point of liquidity down here. 130, it just literally stopped there. And then reversed and came back up and took us out. So looking at this at the moment, it's really, really consolatory, isn't it? I mean, it's really, really consolatory. I mean, it's done absolutely nothing. It's just cruised along sideways. So there's not going to be any fresh ideas in that one. Definitely not. Not after the mess that it looks like there. Looking at the Aussie NZD. Yeah, it has, man. Yeah, it has. It has been a really slow week. Yeah. Apart from yesterday, to be fair, but I'll get onto that in a minute. And frankly, the moves weren't even that good. So, yeah, it's still slow. It's just got some good margins called. So, Aussie NZD is currently underway. For me, hang on a minute. I haven't even opened up a bloody broker yet or anything. 2 secs. Yeah, so my Aussie NZD is still in. So yeah, it's still going. My Aussie NZD. For a 1 to 2.27, it's not looking good. Yeah, it's definitely not looking good. But well, yeah, what can I say? It's not really done anything. It got really, really close to TP. It got really, really close to stop loss. And now it's just kind of resting around the break-even point. To be honest, guys, it's probably going to be taken out, I would imagine. My theory for that is not really a sound one. I'm just thinking of the nature of the markets at the moment and their current condition. This point of liquidity here would, in my mind, need to be met with a rebound of this point in liquidity here in order for it to go up. So there's no point cancelling the trade out or anything, but that's where it is at the moment, so we'll just have to sit tight with it. CAD Swiss, so we had to wait painfully long for this one to complete, and as you can see, it didn't complete on the right side for us. So we did come down, form this low, about 50% of the move in, and then we came right the way back up and stopped us out. And from this point, really, apart from that one outlier, it's done absolutely nothing since Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so far. It's cruised sideways, had maybe a 8 to 10 pip trading range. Terrible stuff. Really, really terrible on that one. Nothing more needs to be said on it at this stage. Maybe looking at a possible daily break of the range. If positive imbalance is confirmed, then we could look to reinstigate some bullish bias in this one. Has been ranging for a long time now. I mean, we first when was that? 18th of September. So September, October, and now into November. So it's been a long time coming. We could well see. Yeah, we could well see this complete with some positive imbalance and look at that trend continuation to the upside. Euro Oz. Anyway, yeah, so we can remove that now. That's done and dusted. Bloody CAD Swiss. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'll clear them down after. That's fine. Yep, so the next one was Euro Oz. So, in Euro Oz, we were waiting for the push into liquidity down here. And then to take the long. So this one hasn't triggered. it's not, again, like most of the assets team, it's not done anything. So looking back to Monday, we had this little bit of a move on Monday morning, and then we've just cruised along sideways since then, and it's not done anything at all. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this is where we are currently. It could be, possibly, that the markets are all waiting for the CPI. It could be they're all holding their breath for that. And this afternoon's where we're all going to get, we'll get the obvious explosive move, followed by some decent trading volume elsewhere. So that could be the case. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. So that's the EA. In terms of the pending order, sorry guys, in terms of the pending order as well, remove. Okay. So no Euro Oz. And then finally, the Euro NZD. The Euro NZD at the moment, yeah, is not done anything. We had this nice move yesterday. I wasn't around for that. But, and to be fair, we wouldn't have taken that trade anyway. It's now completed a bullish retest and actually has a break of structure on side as well. But the next point of interest is going to be here at 179.65. And again, I'm not getting involved. It's a no can do from the Euro NZD at this stage. And in terms of the pending order for the Euro NZD as well, remove. So Euro NZD is gone as well. See, what we're doing here is we're just clearing the desk down. We're clearing the basket. We don't want to be triggered in by any random volatility strikes this afternoon and get whipsawed into a bunch of trades that all end up stopping out. So that's what we're trying to avoid here as best as we can. So with all that done, there's the good morning from the dogs. So with all of that done, what we're left with is, well, UK Brent. I'm gonna remove that one as well. Am I gonna remove that one? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna remove Brent. Yeah, Brent's gone as well. So what we've got left standing is gold, which I am not going to remove for this afternoon CPI. Okay, just to confirm, not removing for this afternoon CPI event. We've got the Aussie NZD, some stopped, some not, but I'm not going to do anything with it regardless. CAD's, that's stopped out anyway. And that leaves us flat. That's where we are. And then obviously we had the corn loss as well. And that's not a pending order, okay? So that's definitely not going to be a pending order. I'm just going to be review and monitor this afternoon. The market's trading here post CPI, and we're talking about an hour after the CPI date has been released. Then we could potentially look at putting that in as a pending, but definitely not beforehand. So if this comes up to meet this point here, don't go and put a pending order in if it's before 1:30 GMT. So then we can move all the way down and check out our stocks, because yesterday was actually really good. Now, it wasn't necessarily really good in terms of the quality of the price action that we had, but these are the exact trades from yesterday. These two. So obviously the market didn't come down there in time, so we didn't do that. We didn't do this one up here because that never happened. But we did have these two, which was absolutely bloody awesome. So we had this 1 to 2.43 here, and this 1 to 2.95 here. And the price action did indeed stay between these two margins. We needed to wait for not the breaker structure point, but the big area liquidity for the reversal. So we did. So we got this big nice push up to the breaker structure point. We came back down, we come up, stuck our head into the liquidity, big nice institutional candle away, breaker structure, straight the way back down to ground zero. It was great. Really, really nice, really nice bit of trading. and then it just continued on to do its thing. Later on in the day, it had some really nice moves after the US came back from their lunch break, but I was completely out of the markets at that point in time. I only managed to make it for an hour, and that was it. So yeah, that's where we were. So not bad though, not bad based on yesterday's stock markets. The US 30 Dow Jones never triggered, so I don't know if I've still got the thing in. Yeah, it was this area in here, wasn't it? So yesterday we were looking for a break, close, and a retest of this area here to then take a long up to the 44.51 mark. We got one attempt, we got two attempts, both failed, and then we went straight back down. And if you recall, I did not have any bearish bias, so the attention yesterday was really spent on the NAS 100, and that's where we were. And that pretty much brings everything to a wrap, team. So as I said, this morning's just really a general sort of catch up, a little bit of pre-CPI housekeeping. Make sure the fund is going to be protected from any potential wild volatility swings this afternoon, which there certainly well could be. Even though the event this afternoon is in the pre-market room, it is going to be a live trading event. So yeah, I'll still provide the market analysis for you guys as I do for the US markets this afternoon, but I will be trading the CPI live, or I'll be trying to more specifically. So yeah, if you're interested, stay tuned for that one. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, no worries, no problem at all, guys. I hope you all have a good day today. Just yeah, prepare yourselves for this afternoon. It could be a bit of a non-impact event, to be honest, but I think after everything that we've seen recently and the nature of the price action leading up to the event, it's been extremely slow week. Really has. So I think hopefully we can look at this like the markets are holding their breath for this afternoon, and we'll probably see some pretty decent moves and be able to take a few pips out of it. So have a good one, guys. Take care out there, and I look forward to catching up with you this afternoon for the CPI event. So I'll see you then. Cheers, team. Bye-bye.